Welcome back to AKTV, and we are here at Istanbul Blockchain Week with Mr. Selim from GoArt Metaverse. Hello, Mr. Selim. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very good. Thank you very much for having us here. And let's see what's gonna happen in crypto, in Web3, in gaming, and everything. That it's always good to talk about it.
It's a pleasure to have you here. How are you enjoying the event so far?
Istanbul Blockchain Week is an incredible event so far. That I've met with many parts of the industry that like builders are here. I'm really enjoying to spend time with the people who are building, especially in the beer market right now. So it's going great.
That's fantastic. So what can you say about the Turkish community? Can you please elaborate on that?
To be honest, Turkey is one of the biggest crypto markets, and people in Turkey are really easily adapted to new technologies. So in that manner, I think it's good to say that Turkish community is strong, and at the same time, the gaming ecosystem of Turkey is quite strong. We have more than 600 developers, mobile studios, game developers, and everyone is kind of inside this ecosystem is feeding each other. That's the strong parts of Turkish ecosystem, I think.
That's amazing. So can you please tell us a little bit more about your project GoArt Metaverse?
Sure, happy to. GoArt Metaverse is actually a B2B2C platform that we have been developing since 2020, and it is a mobile application that you can download and play the games inside at the same time, see the brand areas, what they're doing. GoArt Metaverse is already live since 2021. So we are not talking about a project that we are planning to do in the future. It's already here. We have onboarded more than 12 brands and in different industries that we are doing these use cases. But especially, what can I say is that we had the biggest traction from the sports side that we did with the Turkish Football Federation in May this year. So it's really exciting. Now we are bringing more brands and more game studios inside to put new games, new interactions, trying to make people engage with the brands in a more immersive, more engaging level. That's our idea. So what we want to do is to reach the mass adoption in Web3, because we believe that if we cannot onboard the people from Web2, this ecosystem cannot grow. So this is what we focused, and that's how we onboarded these big brands and continue doing so.
That's great that GoArt Metaverse is continually expanding in terms of brands. So let's dive deeper into that. So what inspired the creation of GoArt Metaverse, and how do you envision its role in the future of virtual reality and augmented reality landscapes?
Sure. How GoArt Metaverse came out was like actually our CEO, Mr. Burak Soylu. He's a very old friend of mine. He once, when he was visiting some historical areas, he was like, how can we be a part of this history if possible? Thought about it, and then he said, like, maybe if we can use the technology of augmented reality in this and have this time travel idea, so we can take people from when they are doing these historical visits and show them around how it was, how the life is, and put some games and engagement inside. So and then this GoArt Metaverse idea came out. This was 2017, so very early process. But augmented reality development was something really tricky then. It was not, there was not easy to find AR developers even in Turkey. So we opened our office in Austin, Texas, and get a team and make the research and development for a couple of years. And then after that, we have the AR technology on our hand. We continue developing the platform usable for the brands and the users. For us, we have been saying this for a long time. We believe in the power of AR more than virtual reality, VR. We want people to be using it. As I said before, like mass adoption is important. I don't see that like people are wearing these giant glasses and walking around trying to do stuff. For me, mobile phones, this is in our hand. So we want to be doing something that's usable, easy to use for people, and they're reaching it very, very fast. So that's where we started, and we have quite good traction right now in that manner.
That's pretty amazing that you tell us about how you put so much importance on the user interface, because I guess like the people would like to, have a very easy experience in terms of navigating the app as well. So that's great. So to follow through on that, with so many metaverse platforms emerging, what sets GoArt Metaverse apart from its competitors, and why should users choose it over others?
It's a good question. So GoArt Metaverse, first of all, is a mobile application. So we have been focused on mobile development so long. So it's easy for people to really reach the platform. But at the same time, we have onboarded like some of the biggest brands in Turkey, especially for the Turkish community. We have very nice use cases inside, and on top of it, there is a lot of utilities that brands want to share directly with users, with their customers. So what users can find inside is that they can play their favorite games, they can enjoy that game in that brand areas. At the same time, they can get loyalty points, utilities, and all this, and they can improve their avatar, which we have the main avatar gaming system. That on top of that, when you develop yourself, you can wear different things, you can have different skills, and on top of that, you can have these skills used in new areas that's gonna come in the near future. So what we're trying to build is here that users are coming to engage, at the same time play and have fun, but on top of that, get some utilities from the brands. So, and brands, they don't want to, like the process of after the Web 2, the social media process that everyone is having, the brands are suffering from this, the monetization of this process. So they want to reach their customers directly now. I think the more that we see Web 3 is evolving and getting bigger, we're going to see the Web 2 companies are going to be joining us in this journey, because they will see the value of reaching your customers directly in a 3D environment without the mediocres. So in that manner, they're giving these utilities to their users, and the users are becoming a part of the brand. That's the whole journey.
That's great that you guys are starting to think about bridging Web 2 to Web 3 digitally. So beyond the free-to-earn events and NFT market, are there other monetization strategies in place to sustain and grow the platform, ensuring long-term visibility?
Yeah, this is like very important. If you cannot monetize, then the platform cannot survive. Our idea is we did all the use cases in-house, by the way. Like we didn't get some outsourced content or anything. So we have 100 people in our team. That is, half of it is content developers, creators. So why we did that is because we know if you cannot make the best use cases and show it to people that it's working, then the people are going to say, okay, this is not working. The metaverse is dead. This is the talks that we are seeing in here. But every use case that we bring, the people, the users, the brands, everyone is kind of happy. So the monetization process of it is not only about the NFT marketplace or selling some NFTs, digital assets and all, but we are doing this gaming SDK that we want to onboard the mobile studios to partner with them, give them another channel to put their games, because we know that the brands, the companies, they want to engage with their users with the games, through the games, but it's not easy for them. Either they're just going to be a sponsor in some games, putting some maybe merchandise and stuff, or they cannot really be inside the gaming ecosystem. So what we are trying to do is that giving a new channel to these mobile game studios to put their games, and we are going to add that in the part of our main core game, and then brands can just pick and put it inside. This way we're going to share the revenue with the game studios and make a new monetization channel after all.
That's awesome. It's good that you also mentioned about brands and its current challenges right now. So talking about it, are there any exciting collaborations or partnerships on the horizon, whether with brands, influencers, or other tech platforms?
Actually, yes. There's this is I want to say it, which I cannot right now. But yeah, I'm gonna give you the clue. We believe that what we saw in our use case is that we had banks already, like biggest banks in Turkey. We have Halkbank and İşbank is opening, so I can say that I think. But on top of that, we have retail brands, the biggest e-commerce firm of Turkey, which is Trendyol. We have Art Gallery of Trendyol. We have Turkish Football Federation area, and we have some governmental and tourism related areas and collaborations that we did already. But what we realized that two main use cases have been worked amazingly well, and one of them is tourism. The second one is sports. So right now we are kind of focusing to onboard new brands and collaborations in that area, and I'm happy to say that right now we are actually in the process of signing. It's nearly finished with one of the biggest sports clubs in Turkey, and on top of it we have two more collaborations coming. We are now doing the workshops, but I think we might see the first 1 million users in our platform with these three collaborations that we are going to do in sports. That is really close to finish.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you for giving us a little bit of hint, and I'm sure that the sports fans in Turkey are very excited to see what is that announcement. So how does the GoArt Metaverse team incorporate user feedback into its development process, and are there plans for regular updates or iterations based on community input?
So actually, the regulations, I think the main question in here is for us, especially for GoArt, is that since we are in Apple Store and Google Play, so I think how Apple is going to react to Web3 is the main questions that everyone is expecting. So I think to have the mass adoption, we need to find a common ground to reach the best way to develop and not to bother any parts of the environment. But I think we have this opportunity to develop in a good way to support every parts of these collaborations. But for us, I think the development processes are going quite good right now. We didn't have any issues so far, so I'm happy to say that.
That's awesome. So bull or bear, you guys are developing. So as Web3 technologies advances, security and privacy concerns arise as well. So how is GoArt Metaverse addressing these concerns, especially when handling user data and transactions? Can you please elaborate more on that?
I think the thing is that when you're doing something disturbing, a new technology, most of the time companies might putting the security part in the second phase. It's like, okay, we are going to deal with it, but like when? For us, it is the opposite. Like we have been focusing to audit whatever we are doing, because the user data is one of the biggest issue that we have to talk. We have been talking, and I personally myself, I want to have it is not a privilege. I want to have all my own data. I want to have the power to to know how much that I'm sharing with the companies, with others. So we are really focused on that, and at the same time the security part, that we are doing all the auditing all the time, like every 2 months, every 3 months, whenever we are developing something new. We don't want to take any risks, because in this environment we saw many companies, many builders that try to do something immersive and amazing, but at the same time, when you fail in the beginning of the security part, this is affecting not only us, not only our users, but also the ecosystem, the environment, the people who are trying to make Web3 bigger. So we cannot take that risk and put the Web3 in risk also. So the good part is that we need to do the right use cases and in the right way.
That's very important that you highlight this aspect, because personally too, privacy, data privacy for me is a very important aspect. So I want to feel secure that my data out there is okay. So considering Turkish young and tech savvy population, what strategies or marketing campaigns does GoArt Metaverse have in place to tap into and engage this demographic, and how will the platform cater to their unique interests and preferences?
Yeah, thank you. Community is the key to be successful. We are focused, as I said, in the sports, and sports fans are already a community. So this fun engagement part with the community is quite interesting, because we are focused on board this group that is not thinking their own sake, but they're as a group feeling the same movements, same excitement, same sadness at the same time. So we want to onboard, especially in the sports side, the community in a way that we are planning to give them the mutual tasks. It's not like for example, most of the communities that you can have some tasks to do, that to be in a better way, that you can have more power, more governance, more saying in the community. We want to make this, especially in the Turkish market, to give like a roles, but it is going to be with a task that everybody needs to contribute. If everybody contributes, it means that the team, the supporters are together, supporting their teams, supporting their brands, or even more. So we are focusing on this side of the community building, that to make it possible for them to feel a part of their team, their brand that they are following. So we want to engage them in these groups and giving them the special task in that manner for the near future. But of course, the whole aspect is that how much you care about this community. I think the community itself, they know what you're doing. They're following you from every aspect. So we are very focused since the beginning to explain our community, what we are developing, how we are doing it, and trying to be open. And this is, I think, affecting the most. That is how we, launched our first NFT collection. It got sold out very, very fast, and still we have our community that's supporting the GoArt ecosystem. So yeah.
That's great. I heard, and I agree with you that collaborative effort is a must, and it will definitely go a long way. So, as for my last question, what is your message to the GoArt community, and anything that they should be very excited about in the next few weeks?
I think that it's one of our biggest brand opening is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, and I think what they need to be excited is that we are here. We are going to be listening more. We are going to be engaging more. We are going to bring amazing utilities for everyone. So, keep searching, keep being a part of the community, and we are going to be coming and making this mass adoption possible all together, and it's going to be amazing. Thank you very much for this amazing interview also.
Thank you very much, Mr. Selim, for having us here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay in IBW.